It was kind of a blender mentally, like, and this isn't to sound like pompous or cocky at all, but what I really wanted to go into this year was doing it with like winning with names that people had never heard of. That was my goal, because the past 3 years, respectfully to everybody else down here, like, we've been running y'all. Like, we've been running those pockets. And we've done it with X-Pros. We've been to champs 3 years in a row, won 2 of those, right? It's been a situation where like now it's almost like setting your own challenges up of like, I want to win, but I want to win with 2 new kids. So like, if you notice, I started off with Nate and Aluka this year. It's been a weird year for sure for OMiT. And it was kind of self-induced because, you know, we could have picked up the Bush boys before Bush became fucking the gigantic Bush that they are now. That's kind of why it is that we're in a blender. It's self-induced. I started cooking on the European front of things before I even started cooking on the North American side of things. EU has more talent than NA when it comes to unknown talent. Like, if it came down to it, if you think about it, the best talent that has come up, like, let's say that we made up rosters, right? It'd be OMiT NA would be, let's say that it's a Luca, Nate, Webby skill versus Alpha, DK, Ethan, and I don't even know who the 4th would be. Respectfully, that would be a very, very close series. Like, there's a lot of talent on both regions, and that's what it is that, if you haven't noticed, all of them are OMiT, by the way. That's what it is that we've dedicated this program to, is like finding the next up and coming talent. Because if you go to Reddit, all they say is like, oh, Rafi only wins with recycled pros. It's like, bro, how many people have we promoted to the league that haven't been pros? It's a lot.
A lot.
Like, so trying to change that narrative of like, nah, guys, like we actually have been trying to humbly recruit and develop these men or boys into men. They can then turn around and try and start chasing the Mercury's dream, you know?
7-2, make it 8, why not? Shit on him, DK! Shit on him! Make it 8, Mercy Rule, 3-0 up in the finals.
Based on what I've seen from both Rock and OMiT Noir, I don't feel great about their chances of getting out of group. Maybe they take down the worst CDL team, but I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of inconsistencies, and at this level, at that level, especially for the CDL, it's just tough to get through squads when you're playing a little hot and cold, especially on the main stage.
Hi, I'm Ethan, currently a player on OMiT, and I'm just like a flex player, you know, fast. I'm 20 years old, so, you know, got like crazy potential, considering I've only been playing a month, so.
Players that we're going to be seeing coming up at the Major. That's right, DK and Ethan here for OMiT. This is how their stats have looked, Chance, and again, they're going to be going up against some of the finest in the league. What an exciting prospect for them.
Yeah, young players too, so very exciting to watch. Potentially CDL candidates. I know the streets have been talking these guys up quite a bit, so excited to see them play.
Started COD in BO4 when I was like 13, to be honest, and then I quit to go pro in Rocket League, fun fact, actually. So I was playing pro Rocket League for 2-3 years. Yeah. So, and then like randomly I came back to BO7 after literally not playing since like 2019. And I was just grinding S&D, winning loads of elites on CMG and like loads of S&D tourneys. And my friends like begged me to play Respawn. They were like, play Respawn. And you know, it took me a while. I brought a PC and I just started competing, and I got a top 6 in a cup with like a pickup team. And then OMiT reached out to me and said like, we're looking at you. And again, that didn't even feel real because I legit played my first ever cup legit like a month ago. So.
And this new kid and Ethan, you were like, okay, well, let's see how he's gonna do. To see how well they've done has been a bit of a surprise.
Well, it was basically a pre-baked roster. Tyler Fellow built it. He built it actually at Dreamhack while he was still under OMiT. Standy, Paul, and I think DillonWrecks all came up to me and they were like, yo, this is the team. We're interested in playing with OMiT. You know, what needs to happen in order for that to happen? And back then, it was such murky waters that I just didn't really know. I had no idea, like, what we were going to do, were we going to bow out. There was other things like kind of brewing under the OMiT camp, and I didn't know what was going to happen with challengers. Obviously, this year's been a tough go for us. Like, we haven't necessarily been as dominant as we were last year, and it's, you know, eating some humble pie in that sense, losing to Bush and P7 and those guys.
He's on the point! He's on the point! He's standing in the goal! Oh, nah, dude. Nah, bro, that's the worst way to lose a map 3 I've ever seen in my life.
So I didn't really know, and I was like, we'll see. Full disclosure, My original team that I had built was Snoopy, Hammy, Awakening, and I think Carson. But Carson was in the middle of trials, so trials were going on. Wake got an offer. He turned it down from the league. Snoopy was down. I didn't know if Evan was going to come down, right? Because they were both benched, so like Boston was still deciding what they were going to do. So there was just so many plates in the air too that I was just like, fuck it. What's going to happen is going to happen. Let the cookie crumble, and then we'll decide what it is that we cook up, right? After the dust settled, I thought that the best team available was the DillonWrecks, Standy kind of like coming home tour, PaulEhx and Turiel, who's been on OMiT before too. That's our team for OMiT Brooklyn.
Is Turiel player for OMiT?
How did this team come together? You said you feel like this is your first team, since the beginning. How'd you guys come together,
Yeah.
and then how did joining OMiT actually happen?
I mean, I played with Paul last event, and also I've played with Paul like in the past. He was like the last person I won with was Paul, and so like I've always liked playing with them. Eli and Dylan are two people I've never played with. They're two people I've always thought have been like really good whenever they're in challengers, especially Dylan. But I feel like now is like our perfect opportunity because like we've all just been on shit teams, shit situations. So like I feel like we're all like in it together now. Like this is like all of our chances to like back to winning.
Plant the bomb right in front of Pillow's face. Turiel gonna activate in round one. We'll go
Turiel's
to
fucking
OMiT.
G ain't got a fucking fucking pedal under its fucking desk. I'm
Yeah.
not fucking buying this shit no more. I'm onto all these motherfuckers, man. I'm onto all these motherfuckers.
My season has definitely been like a rocky road, so honestly right now I'm just trying to like stabilize some stuff out. The Falcons team I was on was good. It's just been getting there, but then just like actually like executing. We're back home. I mean, shit, I was on OMiT all last year. #1 average land placement player. Me and Brack, we were frying, so I mean, shit. Hopefully it leads forward to good things. I personally like hold myself to a higher standard, so like I want to, you know what I mean? I want to be the guy that's playing in finals, playing for the championships. Like I can't really keep playing if I'm going to be placing like top 8, like top 12.
Yeah.
Like I can't do that. I mean, I think Rafi is definitely he's good at like firing you up, and he also is good at, he keeps close relationships with his players. So like I know he has my best interest in terms of like winning and like me as a person. So I always have like chats with him on the side and talk to him about like, hey, like what's going on with the team? What do we need to do better? So, I mean, and OMiT, honestly, like the publicity, like OMiT tweets clips, they have their socials are great. I always love like the match day overlays. I miss those a little bit. And then obviously we have like you and a bunch of other people that like watch the matches, do stuff like that. So like it's honestly just good eyes. You know what I mean? It's good publicity.
Rounding out the elite, right? Obviously, you guys end up falling just short of making the Pro-Am. You get third place in the elite. Talk to me about like kind of the final week, the playoffs, and sort of just your thoughts on closing it out in third.
Practice was good going into playoffs, so we were really confident the second half of the playoffs that we had a good shot of making the Pro-Am. Obviously, unfortunately, we didn't. I mean, I think personally, I mean, we lost to Project Notorious, so obviously they're a really good team right now, very good team. I think the series was very winnable. Like we had a lot of like blackout moments where we just didn't really stick to the fundamentals that kind of made us such a good team. It sucks, I can't lie. It's not fun kind of seeing other people be where you should be. And that has nothing to do with the Project Notorious team. They definitely deserve it. They're definitely the best, probably the best team. Definitely the best team in challengers. I mean, I guess them or Rock. I mean, I definitely think we're the second best team in North America. And that's not a shade like the Huntsmen. Maybe if we played Huntsmen, they could have beaten us. But I just think in general, just how practice has gone, how good we were in the elite. I feel like we were the second best in any team, and I feel like we had the best chances of anybody to beat Project Notorious that was in the elite.
So obviously, you fall just short of the Pro-Am. The event is this coming week, right? So you got like less than you got a week turnaround in between the end of the elite to this. How do you mentally regain from, like missing the goal and having to bounce back and go into this event, with your heads up and ready to grind through it?
It's hard, to be honest. Especially I don't know how much I value the Pro-Am. That's kind of like the one, like going into a year, it's like, are there any Pro-Ams? Okay, if not, then EWC, like that's like your moment, like to like really like showcase yourself. And so especially I thought I was really good going into last EWC, but I just had a lot of unfortunate things happen that kind of like ruined my chances of really like showing out then. I thought this program would have been the perfect time. I thought of the perfect squad going into it, or at least like what's been a shaky year. So it's hard. But to be honest, I don't know. I've been through so many ups and downs that like it's not hard for me to regain like that.
I think that we showed that we can beat any team throughout the elite with that loser bracket run that we had. We had a tough match versus P7 in loser finals. I think that if we had won that, I don't see us losing to Huntsman. Huntsman are a great team, don't get me wrong, but this is a momentum-based game, and there's a lot of momentum that comes from beating P7 and loser finals.
How do you keep their confidence and their vibes up, right? Because obviously a week after that ends, the disappointing finish, you're going to the event. You'll be at the event competing. How do you make sure they keep their heads high and stay locked in and not let, the last week sort of weigh them down?
I like to remind of all the work we've put in, who they are, what they've done, what they're capable of. These guys want to win together. There's a lot of love in this camp, and they're very motivated. Back-to-back thirds is nice, but in our eyes, it's back-to-back losses. These boys want to win together more than anyone I know. I can promise you that. We've proven that this team can compete with the very best in NA, and it's time to show that at Major 3.
Yeah. How does it feel qualifying for the Pro-Am, right? You said you've only been playing for a month, and you're going to play up against OpTic in your first game.
Yeah, honestly, it feels like surreal. Like, if you told me a month ago you're going to be playing with the team I'm playing with now for OMiT, playing against OpTic, like, I think you're lying. But yeah, no, it generally feels surreal, and it's like a really, really, really good feeling.
Yeah, do you think being thrown in up against pro teams first LAN event, you think this is a good thing for you, or do you think like there's some nerves or some pressure that come along with it?
There's a bit of both. Like, I feel like it's going to be very, very good experience, considering I'm getting thrown into the deep end against best team in the world, and against other pro teams for my first LAN. Maybe like if I compete a bit longer and I played other challenger teams, it'd make this less nerve-wracking. But hey, like, it will just help me in the future. It can only help me in the future, so I'm looking forward to it 100%.
On the elite specifically, right? Other than making the Pro-Am, you guys get reverse swept in finals. What are your thoughts on what happened there? I mean,
so in the moment, like, we were like obviously very upset, very annoyed at like each other and ourselves. Like, we just it was like a rough hour period after we lost. But we looked back at it. We put it down to some of it being like off host against Saudis, like the 100 ping difference, which kind of sucks online. And then we also put it down to like it's a learning curve. That's the first ever time we've lost, really. Like, during the elite we didn't lose the series, during scrims we haven't really been losing. So like, we wanted to go into the pro on the best practice. So considering we lost, we're looking back on VODs, we've been studying why we lost, and honestly, I think it's just helped us improve, to be honest. It's a good and bad loss.
Obviously, you being a young player, just starting to compete, and also, from the UK region, how does it feel to have Vance as a coach, right? I mean, widely known as one of the GOATs of the region, right? And one of the best EU players of all time. I mean, what's that been like working with Vance?
Honestly, it feels surreal. Like, if you told me a month ago I'm getting coached by Vance, like, I just wouldn't believe you. Like, the impact he has on this team is insane. Like, he has so much insight, especially for me, who hasn't really got that much experience, little game time on Respawn. He just gives me so much insight on the game, and like, he just benefits me like crazy, and the team, of course. So yeah, it just feels amazing to have him.
What do you think, from your perspective, what's the number one thing you guys got to do to make it out of your group at this Pro-Am? Like, what do you got to do to beat a pro team compared to maybe challengers?
Honestly, we just have to be better with our fundamentals. Like, we're all of us are insane, like, talent-wise and mechanically. Like, we bounce off each other really well. Like, we're really good in game. But, sometimes, we heat a little bit. We don't play to our best ability sometimes. And it's like, if we can just stick to our game plan and play us for a best of 5, like, we can win, to be honest.
What are you most excited for when it comes to going to LAN and competing for the first time? Is it like going up against pro teams, playing on stage, showing your talents on stream more? Like, what sticks out to you?
Honestly, a combination of all three. To prove myself, to prove I'm not like just only good online, or and to prove that I'm like, I can do what I do against pros and not just in the challenger scene. Like, I know I can make it. I can be league bound. And obviously on the Friday I'm gonna prove that. That's what excites me. Being able to finally prove that I can make it.